Alright. So on the blue team, we've got Sejuani in the jungle, Teemo probably up top, Janna and Jinx in the bottom lane, Syndra in the middle. And on the red team, going to be Mundo up top with Fiddlesticks in the jungle. I'll pause this briefly. Fiddlesticks in the jungle. Azir in the mid. Vayne ADC with Blitzcrank support. So a lot of fun champions to watch there. Let's see, let me just set these up here. There's Syndra, Janna, Teemo, Sejuani. Alright. So they're gonna head on out. I'm gonna speed this up a bit. Okay, Janna manages to get ward up there in the island. And also one over the wall there, just because of the Blitzcrank. Good call. Now Blitzcrank, I believe, is the one who got that one back on the red side. Well placed too. It's how I thought he did it, which would be through the wall. And the blue wards are going to keep Blitzcrank from getting too frisky, let's say, but should be just the defensive start after that, since they know that they can see them. Alright, I'm going to speed this up a bit. Yeah, no, like a little bit of posturing here in the middle. Let's see. Yeah, no one's actually doing much though. And Fiddlesticks is going to go after his blue first. Sejuani will start on her red. Actually, probably a slight net gain for Sejuani, because she can be very blue hungry, but if she just takes her red and then gets her blue later, she'll actually end up having it, you know, more or less, she'll end up with it still ticking away after Fiddlesticks has run out. In the top lane, looks like Teemo wants to go kind of aggressive on Mundo. Mundo went Doran's shield, so he has not a lot of protection against the poison, but does have some protection against the auto attack reliant Teemo. Azir, looks like he's gotten level 2 up, but now Syndra does as well. He's pushing under turret. And even at low levels, Azir is pretty decent at clearing out waves. Syndra's missing a bit of farm there. And in the bottom lane, Blitzcrank and Vayne are being pushed in by Jinx and by Janna.
Me is like boxing with shadows.
Alright, and red team now also has level 2. That'll let them get a little bit more aggressive. Oh, Jinx gets pulled in. She gets knocked up. Janna's going in to protect as best she can. Meanwhile, Syndra gets middle lane. I'd like to check that out real quick here in a moment. Looks like nothing else is going to happen here, so I'm going to back up here and see what happened with the attack. Okay, so they're both harassing. Syndra's actually lower. That one times out. She sees that the other one's about to time out, so she's getting ready to go aggressive. Puts a little damage down. Oh, they're both they're both igniting each other, but Syndra's able to do more damage. Azir goes down. Okay, so that's how that happened. Trixie on Jinx in the bottom lane. Not sure if that's Trick2G, one of his account, or if that's just someone who happens to like the word Trick, or a follower of Trick, who knows. Okay. Jinx is, I know he's played Jinx before and fairly recently though, so it's quite possible that that is him. And let's see, we're gonna take that down there. Okay. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Teemo is in fact getting ahead on, or pushing in the Mundo. He's doing what he can though. It's looking like a pretty fair amount of damage from the Teemo. Alright. And Mundo's getting awfully low. He has no more pots. Waves being pushed in on him. And he's in fact taking minion aggro. What? He's chasing her because... He's chasing Teemo because Fiddlesticks has decided to help out. They get the Teemo flash. Not too much else though. Okay. And the bottom lane, it's still pushed in hard. Jinx is getting that to that turret and is now starting to burst it down. Jinx is one of the best ADCs for pushing down the towers in almost any phase of the game. He's definitely one of the best. Okay, Teemo is coming back. Now he took Ignite, not Teleport, so he's hoping to use that against Mundo, but it does mean that no way for him to get back to lane very fast. And let's see. Well, according to this, looks like Trick is not playing a game at the moment, so this Jinx is not Trick 2G. It's just someone named Trixie, which I do like. It's among other things, that's a Lord of the Ring or a Tolkien reference. One of the things that Gollum calls Bilbo, calls him Trixie. I think he also calls Frodo Trixie later on as well. Alright, Syndra's being chased down by Azir. She's taking too much damage, but he's taking a lot of damage too, and it's entirely possible that he would get killed, except now Fiddlesticks has taken over hunting duties. Syndra gives the stun. Is she going to be able to get far enough away to find a hidey hole? And or is she going to be able to get... She does get executed. Good job by Syndra. Just in time. Wastes the Mundo teleport. So, very clever. She knew that it had been long enough since she had taken damage, and she just barely takes enough damage to go down to the turret. So, it's still 1-0 in favor of the blue team. However, that took a long time, and Azir is now only a little bit behind in farm, 24-28. Also, with that teleport, Teemo is now getting even further ahead in farm, 50-33, so that's a lot of farm. And Mundo has gone for a full-on Negatron Cloak. Very smart buy against all that magical Teemo damage. And it'll be even more here in a little bit, now that he's reached level 6. He's going to start putting those shrooms down. Okay. I'm not sure actually if Doran's shield from the start was actually the best buy for him. I might have thought that either boots and a bunch of pots, or just not a Negatron Cloak, but the other magic resist item would have been a better buy. He's probably going to get the Mercury Shreds anyway, so it wouldn't have been a bad idea. Alright, Trixie is pushing this back under turret. Up 51-40 in farm. No actual deaths in the bottom lane anywhere. They're pinging for help. They definitely need it. In fact, this turret is going to go down, it looks like. Is Jinx going to take the last hit? Nope. She tries. There she takes it. She gets excited. She's following up. Oh, misses with the W though. That might probably cost her the chance to get a kill out of that. She had some pretty... Oh, and let's watch this. As Syndra once again is able to take down Azir. Now they've both been poked down. Azir is in fact lower. He's trying to put down damage. He takes the stun. He's getting ignited. Puts up a shield, but his ultimate, it's just not enough to do anything. Azir is being stomped by the Syndra. And the top lane, Mundo has actually managed to do quite a bit of catching up here. He's now he's only down 7 farm now. He's going back to buy, and he's got 870 gold. I'm not sure what he's going to get. And he gets a full-on Spectre's Cowl, so he's got a little more health now. That's always good for Mundo. And the bottom lane's looking bad for Blitzcrank. He's taking tons of damage. He gets his passive popped. Manages to drive him off partly by throwing his Q out there, making him avoid it and giving him a little bit of space to breathe. Azir is coming from the other side. Looks like he might be... Yep, he goes over the wall. Going in hard, but there's no turret here, and there's now 2 and now 3 of them there. Sejuani's going to come in. That's going to guarantee a kill. In fact, Sejuani's the one who ends up getting it. Not Not a brilliant plan by Azir to go 1-on-2 anyway. And the fact that it became 1-on-3 just sealed his fate even more. And with Mundo gone, trying to help out in the bottom lane, Teemo's free to come and pull back ahead again, so he's now up by 20 farm again. So Mundo's gonna have to come back. And blue team takes the dragon. Actually, Jinx takes it. Sejuani looks like she must have smited early in that fight. Alright. So, Mundo's gonna get part of this. Get some of the farm, and he's trying to get all the little minions. It's working okay, actually. I think he missed that one. Missed two. Missed the last two, but got the rest. That's not too bad. And in the middle lane, got a little fight here. Syndra and Azir. Whoa! There's Sejuani using her ultimate to freeze him. Azir goes down again. He's 0-4-0 and only 34 farm. He is just about useless at this point. Fiddlesticks is also forced to back out, and in fact he is forced to flash. Looking good for the blue team. They are up by almost 4,000 gold here at 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Syndra, however, because of all the fighting between her and Azir, her farm isn't superb. It's pretty good though at 64, and it's certainly better than 34 of Azir, and they're going to take down the middle outer turret. That's yet another gold lead, so it's now 4,500 gold or so. Mundo's forced to use his ultimate, and he's still not all that healthy. So yeah, not looking so great for Mundo. Diana's being chased down. Blitz really wants to get it. He does the knockup. There's the pull. Knocking against the wall from the Vayne, and Vayne does get the kill. Azir gets at least a null magic mantle. That's why can I? That one's hard for me to remember. That's what I was trying to remember earlier. He does get an assist, so he's at least on the board now.
Onward.
Mundo's just trying to farm under the turret, trying to make himself as useful as possible, and quite frankly, at 75 farm, he's not doing that badly. He's ahead of Syndra, among other people. And in the bottom lane, it's 0-0-1 for Jinx, 1-0-0 for Vayne, so just not a lot going on as far as kills by the ADCs. Syndra manages to stun the Fiddlesticks. Oh, she goes for the ultimate, but the drain keeps him alive for a little while, but then he goes down. Lots of damage coming on both sides. And Syndra does get Azir. It's now 6-1 in favor of the blue team. They are ahead by almost a full 6,000 gold? 5,000 gold? Sorry. Oh. Another turret goes down in the bottom lane. And Blitzcrank goes down, so that's now 7-1. Whew. And it is now 6,000. No, that's still not 6,000. It's 5,500 gold, though, roughly. I don't know why I keep wanting to think it's 6,000 gold. Fiddlesticks with the surprise gank, putting the damage down, gets the kill. That's now 2-7. A little bit of catching up there. And Azir still thinks he can do something here. Syndra is waiting in the wings, looking like she wanted to go in after him. He really shows himself. And both sides have a ward in that bush. There's the Syndra stun. More damage goes down. He goes in with the E. Oh, very nice. Blitzcrank and Azir taking him down together. Blitzcrank gets the kill. Nice little job by Azir to scooch past her and throw the ultimate in the opposite direction, putting her in a bad position, giving her lots of damage. And that's a turret down. So it's now 4 turrets to 1. And Jinx gets the kill on Vayne. I'm not sure if that was worth it or not, but at least Red does have the first turret on their side down. There's a fight in the middle. Azir's going to put some damage down on Sejuani. However, he's 0-5-2 with only 48 farm, so he's way behind. Syndra is 5-2-1, so lots of kills, so to make up for the mediocre farm at 79. Teemo is doing fine. He's 0-0-0, but he's 117 farm, the highest in the game. And he's got quite a little egg collection going up there in the top lane. So if anyone decides to follow him up there, they are going to probably be in for a bad surprise. Now Mundo's there. And Teemo even puts down the cute little armadillo ward, which happens to be one of my favorites, the one I currently use in the game. Throws down another egg. There's just some fighting back and forth back up there. Janna's getting low, but she's hanging in there. She wants to be there to help out Syndra if needed. Syndra's being shielded, so she goes in. She's going to get the turret. In fact, she gets the killing blow on it. Does a little stun on the Mundo. Mundo's at half health, but not in any immediate danger, and blue team is going to back out there from the middle turret. And Vayne is now pushing out away from their bottom turret. Meanwhile, though, Teemo's about to push in on the top turret. Top inner turret is in real trouble. He's at 125 farm. He's 30 farm ahead of the Mundo, and doing really well. By far the highest farm in the game, and he's putting tons of damage on this turret. No one seems to care about the Teemo at the moment. That tower is down to 1/4 health, 1/5 health, 1/6, 1/8. Is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it? He gets it. And that's another turret down. That's 6 turrets to 1. All of the turrets outside of their base. Wait a minute. Okay. There must be 5 regular turrets and 1 Azir turret. So Azir must have lost a turret at some point, because that's 6 turrets, but they've still got this one up. So there's no way that adds up unless you have an Azir turret counted in there. So apparently this number does count the Azir turrets. Interesting. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that there was some gold gifted involved if you get the kill and so on. Mundo's getting going in. He's throwing down his ultimate right away. That's a smart move. He's keeping himself healthy, and Red gets a double kill. It's now only 5 to 10. Azir's turret seems to want to really aim at Teemo for some reason. There's this weird line on my screen going out there. Teemo's just pushing towards the mid, it looks like. Blue team gets a double kill. Teemo takes down Vayne. Jinx kills Azir. They're going hard after the Mundo. He used his ultimate early in the fight, and it won't be ready again for a little bit. And he's about dead, and he is dead. That's his first death of the game, however, so not too bad. And he did tank up tons and tons of damage. That's another Azir turret, so it's technically now 7 turrets to 1. So, yeah. I think that's a little weird that they count those Azir turrets up there. Alright, blue team gets another dragon. And it's now 14 to 5 in terms of kills. 5 to 1 in terms of actual regular turrets down. And they are ahead by 9,000 gold. So, red team is in some pretty serious trouble. Like Blitzcrank is going to pop that. Yes, indeed. And pretty good damage. Teemo goes for the Melanomicon so that he can hurt the Mundo health regeneration. And I'm sure that Mundo recognizes that and will probably be using his ultimate early. Alright, Jinx gets shut down by a counter attack from Fiddlesticks. Blitz does not get in on the action, but was nearby. Azir is trying to push things off as well. Okay. Soldiers are there and putting in the damage. There goes some more damage on Janna, but she is shielding herself up. And now Azir's going after Sejuani. And he's throwing her back, and she's going to get a shield though. And Azir's not going to be able to follow up on this. Alright. Here comes some Syndra damage from the side. Azir is super low. Blitz is being hurt real badly. Here comes the Fiddlesticks ultimate though, so Blitz turns it around. Syndra goes down. Sejuani's in huge trouble. She's going to push it back. Oh! Dodges it. But that's enough damage from the Fiddlesticks to get the kill. Blue team is now converging on those 2 red members. They're going to try to cut him off at the pass, but at least Blitz is probably too fast. Fiddle, I'm not so sure. He may not be able to get out of there in time. But, nope. Azir is going to block it off with some sand soldiers, and they are going to be able to escape. Azir is backing off. Teemo is in the mid lane. Looking like he wants to push in towards that inhibitor turret, or at least make sure that the wave stays pushed. Mundo is trying to get things pushed away. Gonna pop that? Ah, and he pops it right before it.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
He pops it right before it would have expired. That's a shame. Alright. I do have a soft spot in my heart for Mundo. Even though in the current meta he's only kind of so-so. Unfortunately, if you want a real strong self-healer, it seems like Garen has kind of taken his place. But I do like the Mundo. I think he's funny and he's fun. And let's see. Looks like we're trying to clear out some vision and get their own vision. Both sides are doing that. Blitzcrank has forced to abandon that idea when Sejuani comes. She's stronger than him. She sees Azir. He sees Azir coming. He's gonna fight for it again. Doesn't quite get the ward. In fact, he's getting real low now. There's his passive. Woo! And he does go down pretty hard. Fiddle's trying to put down the damage. Fiddle does get the Janna, but Teemo kills the Fiddle. And blue team is now pushing in on Mundo and Azir. And Azir's taking tons of damage. Jinx actually gets the kill. Ooh, she gets the W down on Vayne. Vayne is super low. Vayne is likely to die. Vayne does get killed by Syndra, but a super mega death rocket was about to kill her anyway. She would have been dead either way. Blue team is pushing in and is going to get this middle inhibitor turret. 10,000 gold lead here at the 21-minute mark. It's well, it's not 9-1 in turret towers. This is kind of bothering me. They've got all the external towers, and now they've got one inside the base as well. So that's really 7-1. Oh, and Jinx does get caught. Takes too much damage. Bleh! She goes as she dies. Blitz is low on health still, and is forced to back out. Teemo used his ultimate very safely. I don't think he was really ever that low. He's just going to farm these because he sees Vayne going after the actual wave. And in the bot lane, Teemo says, hey, I'm perfectly willing to push this lane out. Doesn't take him too long, even with all of his solo target damage. He's just spreading the poison around, getting lots of farm. He's at 179 farm, still the most in the game by quite a bit. And he's throwing down eggs in the middle. Looks like he wants to do that just to guarantee that the waves have a hard time pushing back towards blue. That's not necessarily a bad way to go. Look at that, two eggs, which means either some champions are going to take damage because they often do travel down the middle of the lanes. Vayne gets killed by a wipe from Syndra with Janna helping. Sejuani was there, but it wasn't actually needed. And blue is posturing like they're going to go after a dragon. Red is there, at least Blitzcrank is there. He's getting pushed back. And blue started up the Baron there. Fiddle is looking like he wants to join the party, but he's going to have to join it now because blue is broken off from the Baron and they are going hard after the red team. Oh, Fiddlesticks does get Syndra, but Teemo gets the Fiddlesticks. Teemo's at full health. Mundo kills the Janna. Several team members are low on both sides, but Teemo is about the only one who's high in health. He's going to get Mundo, I'll bet ya. Nope, Mundo's going to escape, it looks like. Vayne is trying to push out the mega minions and is doing so okay. Mundo manages to survive. Looks like, ooh. Jinx finding just the right spot to keep Dragon interested. And with that super fast attack speed, she is in fact able to prevent him from at least completely leashing, although he's getting awful close. She does take him down solo, in fact, goes from 1/4 health or so to 2/3 health over the course of that fight. Okay, now Teemo, you can see he's not interested in putting eggs like around corners where people will follow the bend, but he wants to put it right down the lane. So where either the champions will hit him, or even the minions in some cases. He puts them slightly off to the side so the minions won't necessarily hit them unless they're pulled aside. Which does happen sometimes. Interesting idea. And also the ones right in the middle of the path do some good too, because it does pretty much guarantee that, at least for a while, the enemy minion waves will not be able to push towards your own turrets. Saves a lot of having to back and farm and stuff like that. Teemo's at 188 farm, the highest in the game still. Jinx is getting close behind. Blitz pulls in the Sejuani, but there's not really enough follow-up. Sejuani escapes pretty readily. Syndra is pushing down the damage. Blitz gets killed. Azir uses his ult to push him off, but they're being pushed the wrong way. They are going to be in real trouble. I don't see how they can back. I don't see where they can back, except for the fact that blue team has decided not to go after them specifically. Mundo and Vayne are trying to provide a distraction. Nope, they weren't able to back, and they are getting killed. And both of them do die. Sejuani gets one kill, Teemo the other. Teemo did actually most of the damage, I believe, in both of those cases, though. Inhibitor's back up, and Vayne is going to try to defend it. Jinx is here, though, and she's 2 levels above the Vayne. She's also got quite a few more kills, although the farm's actually about even. And Jinx is going to just burn that inhibitor down. Yeah, she had some help from friends, but it was mostly the Jinx there. She's got an Infinity Edge, she's got Static Shiv, and a Vampiric Scepter, and with her level 14, she's got her Q maxed out by now for sure. That's all you need. And top lane, the turret has taken some damage, but it's not destroyed yet. You can see the wave gets out there, hits a Teemo Shroom, and guarantees that it will not be able to push. And Vayne catches out the Teemo, knocks him down. However, the wave is pushed into the bottom turret, but without any blue team members there to really push it, Red's turret is not in immediate danger. Instead, there's a big team fight going on, so let's follow that better. And Azir is in trouble. He manages to E over the wall, but Syndra's coming up. Here comes some follow-up damage. Fiddle's trying to use his ultimate, but I think he got interrupted. Or maybe he was just trying to cast. And he uses his Zanya's. Red team is now pushing it back onto the blue team. A lot of them are low, though. Vayne does go down to the Jinx. And it is 29-16 in terms of kills. And blue team is ahead by about 12,000 gold. So, the bottom turret, there's not enough wave coming out because some of it is getting pulled off by the super minions. And so there's not enough to stop these waves from pushing in, so the bottom lane's going to push in as well. Blitz is having to back out. Looks like blue team wants to at least get ready to do the Baron. Here comes Teemo. He's looking to put all kinds of pressure all over the map. There's an egg right in front of the bush. Guess that's good enough. After all, it's not like you're gonna miss him going into the bush. If you see him, if you see the egg gone, then there could definitely be something in that bush, and you just gotta acknowledge that. They do start up the Baron, but they have no damage on it right now. Sejuani taking tons of damage. Janna only able to shield partly. Teemo's coming in. He will be able to put lots of damage down, but red team is kind of closing in from several sides. Mundo's coming in from the top side. Vayne's coming in from the bottom side near the river. Blitz is there. They do abandon the Baron. Baron's just about fully healed. Jinx is taking out a little bit of the little vision. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Azir must have put up a turret in the middle. The only thing I could figure, or maybe here in the around the inhibitor. I'm not sure. And Syndra kills Azir. Mundo is super low, does not get killed by the rocket. There's Fiddlesticks with the gank. He's putting all kinds of damage down, but gets down the Zanya's. Good job. Ooh. Jinx W is a little too quick. He's trying to get out of there, but Teemo's going to take him down for sure. He also has gotten the Mundo. Teemo's doing all kinds of work here. There goes the Vayne. Whew. And Jinx does go down, as well as Syndra early in the fight, but that's it. And Blitz is having to back the heck out of here. And this is looking bad for the red team, because blue team is pushing in hard. They've got the super minions. They've got a wave. But blue team does decide to back out. They're going to go for the Baron first. Finally, a wave has now built up, and it's starting to push the other way.
Team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
So it looks like red team will have a little respite in the bottom lane. Looks like they're also pushing out in the top lane as well. But that won't last too long if they do get the Baron. Now, Mundo teleports in. He's kind of caught in the Baron pit now. Baron's been aggroed. Mundo has to flash out. He's lucky he had that, because otherwise he was pretty well trapped in there. Teemo is at low health. I don't see anyone who's going to be able to catch him. Blitz misses his hook. And there's just going to be more posturing going on. It's 13,000 gold lead. Azir re-aggroes the Baron. And Sejuani does manage to catch up to the Blitzcrank. Mundo's back at full health. Did use his ultimate. And he's got his Spirit Visage. He's got his Sunfire Cape. Pretty darn tanky, and he's got lots of health regen when he needs it. But he doesn't have his ultimate at the moment. He'll need another 15 or 20 seconds before that comes up. The inhibitor is going to be pressured down. Alright, it looks like Azir went down once again. He's 0-12. Friends don't let friends play Azir. And there comes Fiddlesticks in with another gank. The Janna ult, knocking them all aside. Super Mega Death Rocket misses, but Jinx follows up with tons of damage. Actually, Teemo gets the final kill. Sejuani kills Fiddle, and only Vayne is alive still. This is gonna probably be the end of the game here. She's gonna see what she can do, but I can't imagine she's gonna be able to protect Ace. Now there's Azir back up, for whatever it's worth. He's at least making a... let's say this. He's making a good effort at it. He tries to get some people trapped under the turret with his ult. Doesn't work out. Putting some damage down, though. And... they've actually managed to push them back out of there. Now, they still have not gotten Baron, so they're starting to ping on it again. But now, most of red team is back up. So, blue team might actually have some trouble getting it. In fact, doesn't look like blue team is even going for it at all. Teemo's taking the red buff, and he's putting down some eggs. Best he can, however, he's low on mana and pretty low on health as well now.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
Jinx does solo the dragon again. I'll have to remember that for when I play Jinx. There's a certain point in the game when, if you do it right, you can just take the dragon. Mundo's going for it, but his ultimate's not done nearly fast enough. He was not as safe popping it as he had been earlier in the game. Pops it too late, and they were able to burn him down. And Azir goes down again. I mean, who even cares, right? Chicken a la King for dinner tonight. He is 0-13 with only 9 assists. 40-20 in terms of kills. Jinx does kill the Fiddle even after he uses Sonya's. And Teemo gets the Baron. Not sure, did Sejuani? Nope, she didn't even use her smite. She used it on the Wraiths just there. They're gonna push in hard here. 3 members of Team Red are still alive, but they're in trouble. Mundo doesn't have his ult. He gets slowed, and he is one dead Mundo. There goes the last Nexus turret. Azir puts up one of his own turrets. It's not gonna do anything though. Syndra gets Azir. 0-14. And that is that. 69 to 48,000 gold. And remember, folks, friends don't let friends play Azir. I'm sorry, he's just, he's too tricky to use, and it's really hard to get ahead on him. Yes, he can be powerful, but there's not a champion in the game who's not powerful if they're ahead, and he's just too hard to get ahead and stay ahead. So, overall, it's hard to put an MVP on this. A lot of good play by Team Blue there. If I had to really count it, I'd actually give it to the Teemo. He did a really good job putting his mushrooms down all over. They were Easter eggs on his skin, but whatever. Awesome farm. He was, literally 50 farm ahead of anyone else on the team, including his own ADC. 10-1-7. So he only died once. That's the least number of deaths in the game. Lots of damage, lots of utility. Got the Morellonomicon early so that he could guarantee that he could keep Mundo from healing up as well as he normally would, and he completely shut down Mundo. Excellent job by Teemo. That was played by Buckaroo, so congratulations, Buckaroo. And alright, see what time it is. It's getting late. I'm afraid I'm going to have to call it there. This has been Chill for Game Watchers Network. You can follow me on Twitter at GameWatchersNet, because the network didn't fit, at GameWatchersNet, and it does automatically Twitter whenever I start up my stream. So you can catch me most nights around this time. I usually start sometime between 9 and 10 p.m. Pacific, and I watch anywhere from 1 to 3 games. I had a lot of fun tonight, so thank you for watching. And do follow me, and I appreciate shares and likes and all that kind of good stuff. So, catch you next time. This is Chill signing off for Game Watchers Network. Bye-bye.